when karma does its thing.
I always say this: be careful what you wish for in this life. A few months ago, there was a Nigerian YouTuber that exposed Nigerians as to how they were coming to the United Kingdom. He granted the BBC an interview where he expressed himself how Nigerians didn't need to do the jobs that they do in the United Kingdom, but it was just an opportunity for them to come to the United Kingdom with their families. Again, this young man also expressed that Nigerians were coming here as students, not because they needed to be students in the United Kingdom, but it was just a port of entry for them to come into the United Kingdom and to have access to the jobs in the United Kingdom. And many Nigerians had planned against this man to say if he ever reached Nigeria, they would do something to him. Now, as God may have it, or as fate may have it, this young man apparently had applied for asylum following his BBC interview. And bearing in mind he was making money as a content creator, as a YouTuber, and Nigerians were waiting for news about what the UK government would say following his interview. After his interview, the United Kingdom put in a lot of sanctions, and some of the sanctions were that when people come to the United Kingdom, they are not allowed to bring in dependents. And the second sanction was that those who were coming to the United Kingdom to study their master's degree would not be allowed to also switch their visa to the United Kingdom career visa or any work permit visa because of this man's interview. He stopped a lot of things and blocked Nigerians from having access to the UK government opportunities that were announced to the public. Also, Nigerians that had brought in their children were now looking for other opportunities elsewhere because they knew that things had now changed in the United Kingdom and they were not allowed to swap their student visa to any other visa. So when this young man granted the interview, he granted the interview because he had in his mind that he was going to apply for asylum and the UK government were going to grant him leave to remain in the United Kingdom. Now, after being granted asylum or pending his application of his asylum process, apparently he had been building a house in Nigeria. And this was found out by the UK government. You know, when you build enemies like that publicly, people would try by all means to find out what you've been doing secretly and would tarnish your image. Now, with this man, to be honest, it was unfair for what he did to many people who are in the United Kingdom because they came to the UK for a better life. And we don't expect another African to start talking all these things just because he has already made it in the United Kingdom. Secondly, some people were still waiting for their families to come into the United Kingdom. Now, them being stopped from bringing their family members is also something that blocked a lot of people, not just Nigerians, but Africans as well. Those of you who watch my videos on my live streams, I always mention that the UK has really changed. You don't need to come here. Anyway, let me just show you something briefly, which is trending on Twitter, that the immigration has blocked for anybody who is planning to come to the United Kingdom.
Foreign master students bringing family members stopped. Overseas care visas bringing dependents stopped. Immigration undercutting British workers stopped.
Okay, you have seen that. So they've blocked, they've stopped immigrants from coming here. And remember that the UK also left the EU, meaning even if you're from the European Union countries, you cannot come to the UK and start living in the United Kingdom. You are not entitled to staying here like previously. So this young man has now been deported to Nigeria. Now, you see, in this life, when you are planning evil against people, when you are using your mouth to talk about other people's bread and butter, there is a way that fate will just punish you. And in this case, families were praying. Many people were speaking about this man. How do you do this to your own people? How do you just open your mouth to expose your fellow people? Have they told you that that's their plan? Just because you did it that way does not mean that's what other people are doing. Besides, anybody is allowed to migrate to a country of their choice. Why should it be one person to champion against immigration and to talk about how Africans, they are coming to the United Kingdom? Was he working with a certain political party in Nigeria to try to discourage Nigerians from relocating or migrating to the United Kingdom? Only he knows best. Now, the UK immigration discovered that he had been building a house in Nigeria. How did they find out? Somebody must have whistleblown. Be careful, guys. Life is spiritual. Once you do things that will destroy other people's livelihood, they will make sure they do things against you. So now, this man has been deported back to Nigeria. I don't know what next for him. And Nigerians apparently had promised him that if he gets to Nigeria, those who live in Nigeria, by the way, they don't even live in the UK, but just because a Nigerian betrayed fellow Nigerians in Nigeria felt that this young man needed to be punished. Now, this is a case of a betrayer being betrayed. I always say this. The Wazungus, they are not your mates. You can go and tell them your life history, your story, your what. They don't care about you. At the end of the day, you that was talking, you'll be the one who look like a momo. They will embarrass you and put you to shame. So obviously he was being monitored and watched. He made a lot of money through YouTube and he was building a house and he claimed he was struggling and they were paying him state funds. You know what it means when the UK government is giving you the state money, huh? It means you are telling them that you are cashless. You are telling them you have no resources. You are telling them you have no means to survive. Bearing in mind you are a YouTuber, bearing in mind you have properties in Africa, and then you are claiming asylum and funds for the UK government. As for that one, you will see what they will do to you. You understand? So if you are ever planning to claim government money, make sure if you don't have a house in Africa, make sure you don't have a house in UK, make sure you don't have a car. Yes, they want to make sure you don't have a car, you don't have anything, any business that is going on. Now, the betrayer has been betrayed. Oluwao. As for that one, the guy made a mistake and he became popular and became Nigeria's #1 enemy. Well, maybe he'll go to a church in Nigeria, ask for forgiveness, and Nigerians will forgive him. You know, Nigerians are forgiving.
In a shocking turn of events, Emdee Tiamiyu, a Nigerian YouTuber known for his controversial interviews and views, has been arrested for fraud. It all started with a BBC interview where Tiamiyu spoke about Nigerian students in the UK, which likely influenced the decisions of the UK government being strict about Nigerian students, affecting their ability to bring their families to the United Kingdom. Now he is facing allegations for defrauding the UK government of £16,000. The same government that he was in bed with, reports claim that he misused the funds which helped him settle in the United Kingdom. Instead, he was building a house in Nigeria, in Ogun State. Sadly, the scandal not only tarnishes his reputation, but also gives him an implication for him being deported by the UK government. Apparently, he has been deported to Nigeria.
So, Mr. Emdee, I hope you will now understand that in life, you do not do things to destroy the welfare of others. That in life, don't think you're so clever just because you are out there, you're already in the UK, forgetting that there's families in the UK, forgetting that there's families in Nigeria that depend on those people in the United Kingdom sending funds to their families. Not only did Mr. Emdee destroy for Nigerians, but he destroyed for Indians as well. He destroyed for Zambians. He destroyed for Tanzanians. He destroyed for Kenyans. He destroyed for all the Africans who were planning to japa to the United Kingdom. Now you see, after all that interview you granted, after all the nonsense that you were yapping there in the video, which many Nigerians were very disappointed, how do you feel now that you have been deported by the same people that you are opening your mouth to? Oyibo not be your friend, no. Oyibo is not your friend. It's a lesson. Us, we've lived here 20 years in the UK. We know Oyibo people. You see why we don't have Oyibo friends. You see why we don't yanga on social media, because we know how Oyibo people operate. They will follow you on social media. They will check what you do. Hey. So you think the neighbors will just be watching you to say, oh, look at that one. That one is doing well. In UK, this is a place where people are miserable. They like to report. You can see even some of the diaspora people from Zambia. All they do is just talk about that. And somebody had complained on Facebook at one time to say, it's only UK people who have relocated that talk too much. And I've noticed that as well. The people in the UK, Africans, migrants, they are talking too much. We have people in America who've relocated, Africans. They are not talking as much. They just tell about the opportunities. But the UK people will be there talking about this, and now the government has stopped a lot of things because of our talking. They watch what you do on Facebook. They watch what you do on YouTube. They watch. And you think you are helping them. No, you're not helping them. You are the one who's setting yourself for a trap for the future. When you now try to apply for something, they will now remind you. And by the way, even if you have indefinite leave to remain in the United Kingdom, that doesn't call for you to be talking. It can be revoked at any time. We know the British people, 20 years. It can be cancelled anytime. Your indefinite can be revoked. Your citizenship, even if you're a citizen of the United Kingdom, they've given you passport. That's why on nationality it says you're from Nigeria. On your nationality says you're from Zambia. They can cancel it anytime and take it away from you, strip off that right. Continue yapping. UK people, content creators, well done. Continue talking. On Twitter, there's a debate. You don't even go there on Twitter. You are just busy on YouTube and Facebook, because you know when you talk about this, it will bring you money. You talk about this, it will bring you money, forgetting that you are injuring your own people. Go to Twitter. Go and see the debates there. I don't even see any of you Africans there. You're busy. Hey, look, latest. Have you heard? People are doing this. Have you heard? People are doing this. They are watching all your videos. They are watching all your content. You know the UK government has even hired these young people. Yes, the young ones, 18, 20, 21. They're the ones who watch your videos. They research everything you're talking about and then pass on to the higher bosses. Yes, and those bosses, they put in the laws and punish all of you. That's why I like Africans in America. Well done. Africans in New Zealand, well done. Africans in Australia, well done. Africans in Canada, I love you people. You are doing so well. But the UK one, talk too much. Your friend has gone. You are next. Oluwao. As for that one, the guy made a mistake and he became popular and became Nigeria's #1 enemy. Well, maybe he'll go to a church in Nigeria, ask for forgiveness, and Nigerians will forgive him. You know, Nigerians are forgiving. We wish him all the best. With that, guys, thanks for following my videos on this social media platforms. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Lily Matams TV on Facebook, Lily Matams TV on YouTube, and Lillian.Matambo on TikTok. Follow me for more interesting videos like this. We talk about things raw.